Good morning, guys. We are checking out in our beautiful stay in Ubud today. We will be back already tomorrow night. We are just spending one night away. We are going on a 2-day adventure up north to see what the north of Bali has to offer. We are planning on staying the night in Bedugul. We are trying to see as many waterfalls as possible, see a few temples along the way. Let's see what more we come across. And then tomorrow we'll try and make it to Mount Bromo. And then from there, make it all the way back. So a lot of kilometers to be driven by Scoopy, but I'm very excited to see some more off the beaten path places in Bali. But first, one more breakfast at the hostel here. After our breakfast, we started driving in the direction of GitGit, getting some great views of the volcanoes along the way. Bedugul is located in the crater of the Bratan volcano, along with 3 crater lakes we'll be seeing later on. Driving along the crater, we saw many monkeys and drove through the clouds. After a long drive, we reached the GitGit Waterfall. We had the beautiful GitGit Waterfall all to ourselves, and the way there actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't as many steps down and then up again as the previous one, and you can find a lot of souvenirs here, that's for sure. We walked back to our Scoopy. This right here is the entrance, and there's a parking nearby. We had another stunning drive to our next stop with lunch at Naya's place, surrounded by rice fields. When doing research for visiting these waterfalls and having the best possible experience, I came across canyoning, but these tours were so expensive. They were more than 100, up to even 150 or more euros per person. So that was a bit too much to my liking. That wasn't really within our budget. But when we arrived at the Aling Aling waterfalls, we got a big surprise, a very good one as well, because they offer packages that include a tour guide. It includes 4 waterfalls, sliding, jumping, all of that, and it was exactly what we were looking for and didn't know we had found. The adventure starts off with a 5-meter jump, after which you climb up to the top of the first waterfall. Here you can slide down all the way from the top. Can you tell that I was shitting myself? Manu went straight after me, absolutely loving life. This is right up his street. I decided to go again to get less scared of it. No screams this time. We had some more fun along the way to the second jump. This jump was 10 meters. I chickened out and watched Manu have the time of his life, surrounded by these stunning waterfalls instead. After lots of fun swimming and playing around in the pools, we weren't done yet. A short walk downstream was another cliff jump, this time 15 meters high. Most people skip it, but not Manu. Oh no, he just kept going again and again. This man is fearless. After having so much fun, we still hadn't even seen the actual Aling Aling waterfall. So we hiked upstream, passing by many more smaller waterfalls. The Aling Aling waterfall is simply breathtaking. By now, Manu and our local guide were best friends. We loved Kutut so much. He got some amazing pictures and videos of us as well. He's an absolute legend. Driving back from the Aling Aling waterfalls to Bedugul, please take back the same way you took coming from GitGit, because we ended up in villages and on streets that had probably never seen foreigners. We got so many hellos, hello. Like everyone was so excited to see us because probably no one's ever really gone through there. We got so super lost. Our Scoopy barely made it up that mountain. We went from 300 meters elevation to 1,300. Scoopy was crying, fuming. She was not happy. As we eventually reached the crater rim again, we stopped at the Twin Lake view looking out on the Tamblingan and Buyan lakes before arriving at our accommodation for the night. We spent the night at the Eco Bedugul Adventurer Camp. This was great value for money, and we had dinner here as well. We've just had our breakfast, which was huge, at the Jungle Adventure Camp. We stayed in a cabin last night, which was really good. The people here, staff is lovely as well. And the breakfast also included strawberries. And driving into Bedugul, it kind of gave me Cameron Highlands vibes back in Malaysia, because there's lots of strawberry plantations, coffee, so much agriculture that you can see and even experience yourself if you're into that. We do want to do one more waterfall. We did set out to do the Sikumpul waterfall today, but it should take like 3 or 4 hours. It's also quite a bit away still from Bedugul. This is meant to be the most beautiful waterfall of all of Bali, but I feel like we've had such a great experience already, and we do still want to drive all the way to the volcano, so Mount Bromo as well. So all of that is still coming today. Very exciting. But today I really want to see the temple that's on the lake here, and also the Handara Gate. So that is also on the planning, and then hopefully we'll be back in the evening in Ubud. First, we drove to the Ulundanu Bratan Temple, a famous old Hindu lake temple on the scenic Lake Bratan in Bedugul. You get a bottle of water when entering, but if you have a refillable water bottle, you can skip the extra waste that this would create. This was probably one of my favorite temples I've ever visited. People were actively using it as a place of worship, and the scenery is absolutely breathtaking. On the grounds, you can find some other peculiar structures, like this dino-shaped succulent garden. We did a quick drive-by at the Handara Gate, one of Bali's most iconic landmarks, but mostly a picturesque Instagram spot. We left Bedugul behind and set off on another gorgeous drive through the Balinese landscape. We split up our journey with a stop at the Bali beans plantation. Most of the coffee plantations in Bali grow their coffee cherries alongside citrus fruits. This gives it a delicious fruity taste. The Arabica brew has low caffeine levels, a hint of chocolate, nuts, and caramel. It is a must-try for coffee fanatics. But there is also another side to Balinese coffee. The most expensive coffee in the world is kopi luwak. A cup of coffee costs between 5 and 16 euros, and it is made from coffee beans from the poop of the civet cat. The production is pretty cruel. The civets are kept on farms and forced to live in small battery cages. They often have poor health due to an unbalanced nutrition, because all they are fed are coffee berries, all to increase the kopi luwak production. Tens of thousands of Asian palm civets suffer because of this, so keep this in mind when having the coffee. We continued driving again, and as we climbed higher, the vegetation and temperature started changing again. Definitely bring some warmer clothes if you plan on doing this road trip. Once we arrived in Kintamani, we had lunch at Paper Hills. We took in the stunning sights including Mount Batur, Lake Batur, and the Black Lava Fields, sometimes even catching a glimpse of Mount Agung in the distance. Unfortunately, we didn't have time for the sunrise hike, which only takes about 2 hours and it's not too challenging, but it does come with a 3 a.m. start to catch the sunrise. We have made it back to Green Paddy Hostel and we got the same room, and they even put our luggage in the room already. So we are now reunited with all our belongings that we left here for 2 days, or at least the one night that we were gone. And yeah, we get to spend another night now in Ubud and then one final night in Kuta before flying out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then definitely give it a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming Philippines videos. And then I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!